Welcome to Nonprofit Nerd Impact Unleashed, where conversations are designed for nonprofit leaders by nonprofit leaders to inspire, educate, and motivate. Get ready to dive into the world of nonprofits where the nerdy passion and unstoppable dedication of those making a real impact is celebrated. Together with your host, Jarrett Ransom, the inspiring stories, tactical insights, and game-changing strategies of nonprofit leaders will be explored. Join us for real talk with real people. Jarrett and her guests unravel the mysteries of successful fundraising, uncover the secrets of effective advocacy, and nerd out over innovative approaches to solving social challenges. Nonprofit Nerd Impact Unleashed is your go-to podcast for no-nonsense discussions with real-life superheroes of the nonprofit sector. Get ready to unleash your inner nerdiness and discover or rediscover how to change the world together. Now let's dive in and embrace the power of our nerdy side.
Welcome back, my nerdy friends, and welcome to Season 11 of Nonprofit Nerd Impact Unleashed. I can hardly believe I'm saying this, but together we have reached an incredible milestone, 100 episodes. That is 100 conversations, 100 opportunities to learn, to challenge ourselves, to laugh, to reflect, and to grow alongside some of the brightest minds in the nonprofit sector. When I first imagined this podcast, first of all, it feels like so very long ago, but I truly was not thinking about episode numbers or seasons. What I was thinking about was creating a space for connection, a place where nonprofit leaders could pull up a chair, we could have authentic conversations and learn from one another. I wanted to create a community where curiosity was celebrated, passion bubbled to the surface, and where we could have the kinds of conversations that don't always happen at conferences or in webinars, or let's be honest, even in the boardrooms. But 100 episodes later, that vision feels more alive than ever. Over the past 10 seasons, we've celebrated incredible guests who have generously shared their expertise, their challenges, their successes, and yes, even their failures, all with the hope of making our sector stronger. From fundraising and finance to governance, human resources, branding, strategy, leadership, and organizational sustainability, every conversation has reinforced something I deeply believe. None of us has the answers, but together we have an extraordinary amount of wisdom to share. And every episode continues to feel like writing a love letter to my younger self, or even myself today. The nonprofit professional who wanted to learn everything, who asked endless questions, and who found inspiration in the generosity of others willing to share their experiences. Today, those love letters have become something even bigger, and they're for you. They're for the executive director navigating uncertainty. They're for the fundraiser building authentic donor relationships. They're for the board member striving to govern with purpose. And they're for the program leader, the volunteer coordinator, the grant writer, the finance professional, the communications expert, and every single person who has dedicated their talents to strengthening their community. Because the work you do, it matters. You create hope where it's needed most. You build trust. You champion dignity. You foster belonging. You solve problems, advocate for change, and strengthen the very fabric of our communities. Even on the difficult days, even when progress feels slow, your work has an impact that extends far beyond what you can see. That's why these conversations matter. And that's why we're not stopping at 100. The milestone isn't a finish line, it's a launching point. So for season 11, you've got it. I have invited 8 more remarkable guests to join us. These leaders, innovators, changemakers, they are ready. They're ready to share their expertise with the same openness and generosity that has defined this podcast from the very beginning. So together, we'll continue exploring what it means to lead with courage, embrace innovation, build resilient organizations, and create lasting impact in an ever-changing world. I also want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our podcast partner, Bloomerang. Your partnership has helped make these conversations possible and has allowed us to continue investing in nonprofit leaders around the country and around the world. So thank you for believing in this mission and in the power of shared learning. And to you, our listeners, thank you. Whether you've been with me since episode 1 or you're joining this community for the very first time, thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing episodes with your colleagues and for sending encouraging notes, for asking those thoughtful questions, and for believing, just as I do, that we can become better leaders when we learn from one another. So here's to the next conversation, here's to the next season, and yes, here's to the next 100 episodes. I am so grateful you're here, and I'm grateful that I get the honor to provide these conversations to you. Now let's continue these conversations with the same curiosity, the same passion, and the same commitment to strengthening our sector, one honest conversation at a time. And over the next several weeks, you will hear from inspiring leaders from around the globe who are doing incredible work alongside you and your fellow changemakers. Thank you for being here, and let's get ready for the season.